Little Big Planet 2 is a tough game to describe quickly because it's not just one game. It's not just a cool, stylish platformer starring this Sackboy character. Little Big Planet 2 is too legit to be confined within one genre because it's an infinite number of games. There's an awesome campaign mode, which you'll dive right into when you start playing, but that's just a part of the whole. And what is the whole? A good question, because the entirety of Little Big Planet cannot be quantified. It keeps changing. What is certain is that you unlock things that you can use to build your own video games as you play through the campaign. And even more importantly, other people have unlocked things which they use to build video games that you can play, bringing the entire planet together to play each other's games in Little Big Planet 2. It's the second. And from the description, it sounds like it would be an awful cluttered mess. A bunch of user-generated content. How do you even wade through that? Well, the menu interface is extremely intuitive and helpful, allowing you to find exactly what you want. And after you've enjoyed kicking someone in the balls while slapping them in the face with fish, you can then rate the game and leave a comment. Now, as interesting as all of these games may be, they don't mean anything unless they have flamethrowers, which they do. Now, obviously, it takes a lot of time to learn the tools and make your own games. Time that I don't have, and as massive a game as Little Big Planet 2 is, it can also be as small and digestible as you want it to be. And you may find that it only takes one game to suddenly make the whole thing worthwhile.
Welcome to Blast Radio.
Therefore, I blame Blast Radius for throwing my entire review plan into disarray. I was going to cover all the different parts and pieces, but then I got addicted to this game, and that was it. Every time I put in Little Big Planet 2, I just go right back to Blast Radius, because it's exactly what I want to play. And this is indicative of Little Big Planet 2. Blast Radius describes it all, because as this is basically like a remake of Geometry Wars, Solar Quest, Robotron 2084, and Asteroids all combined, designed by somebody who obviously thinks like I do, there's a game out there designed by somebody who thinks like you do. I mean, look at the quality in this game. You're not just blowing away the rocks for points. You have to shoot away the rocks to get to the gems inside which score points. And then as the game progresses, these things start coming out of the sides of the screen and attacking you. And then a spaceship, which is like the pterodactyl from Joust, comes out and really makes your life difficult. It's just amazing. Blast Radius is an incredible game. There's a number of different weapons. I like the machine gun because it reduces the chance of accidentally flying into something. There's also a grenade launcher and laser beam which fires slower. And there's multiplayer options in this game and most of the games in Little Big Planet 2. This is a surprisingly short review for a surprisingly massive game, but in the end, for me, it took one small game that's like an arcade title, and it'll probably do that to you too. And don't forget the massive campaign, because you need that to unlock all the stuff that you can use to build your own games and your own levels and world and stuff.
Press left or right, and you can tip him any which way up.
Overall production value is extremely high. There's lots of helpful tutorials to get you started with your own creations. The menus are excellent, and the online stuff works great. It's Little Big Planet 2. And there's too little time in the day to play Blast Radius. And that other game where you kick the guy in the balls and hit him in the face with a fish.